better dribbling, all so you can create menacing attacks. And sometimes the best touch is the one that you don't take. So we've captured the movement of today's best player to bring you no-touch dribbling. Free yourself from the ball to buy time. Create separation and blow by your defender, just as Messi does when he's at his best. It's near limitless creativity and changes the game profoundly. And when you're in on goal, clinical finishing helps you create those wow moments only FIFA can deliver. From box to box, from sideline to sideline, we're innovating across literally every inch of the pitch so you can play your way. And for every fan, we're giving you the ability to compete at a higher level. Whether you're new to FIFA or play every season, FIFA Trainer will help dial up your game no matter your level. The controller language you see here on screen will change as you move around the pitch and bring you options sure to help you play better defense, make better passes, and hopefully score more goals. And this year, finally, we're giving you an amazing new way to play. For the first time ever in the FIFA franchise, women's teams are in the game. We've been working on this for years, and it's at the level of authenticity that FIFA's known for, thanks to our motion capture technology and our body and facial scanning. And our gameplay engine and physics engine give us the right platform to build out player-specific models and animations specific to the best female athletes in the world. It's huge news for the franchise and something myself and the FIFA team are immensely proud of. So, a balanced experience across the whole game, innovation across the entire pitch, complete at a higher level, and new ways to play. And that's just the start. We have news on the rest of the game throughout the summer as we continue to make FIFA 16 a beautiful experience. And finally, I know it's unforgettable, I just want to remind you that Pele was on stage with me about 3 minutes ago. How crazy was that? But now, to commemorate this huge moment, along with Pele and our friend Leo Messi, we're dropping a special item into the account of all our loyal FIFA 15 Ultimate Team players. So go check it out at the end of the press conference, and let's take a look at the beautiful game in FIFA 16.
Beautiful football. The game played by the entire planet. The game that brings us together. The game made up of many faces. But the beauty is in the moments. Powerful. Suspenseful. Stunning. Spine-tingling. But for as much beauty as I have created, for as much beauty as I have experienced, I know I have seen nothing yet. But what is beauty if you cannot experience it? FIFA 16. Play beautiful.
What would life be like if we willingly gave away our privacy? What would our world look like if there were no governments, only corporations? Who would save us from our oppressors, from ourselves? Could a young girl without any superpowers be a catalyst for change? These are questions you may ask yourselves, and these are the questions that inspired us as we set out to bring Mirror's Edge to a new generation of gamers. Welcome to Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This is a revolutionary action-adventure game where you will experience the origin story of our heroine, Faith. From a careless young woman to a fierce heroine who opens the eyes of an entire city. She's not your usual video game hero. And because this is a truly immersive first-person experience, you're not just watching the events unfold in front of you. You are Faith. She is graceful, elegant, and as efficient as she is powerful. She doesn't need any guns. Faith combines her momentum, martial arts combat, and her mastery of the environment. This environment is the City of Glass, built on the latest version of our Frostbite engine. It's beautiful and stylized. But behind the beautiful facade lies a dark truth. The city is ruled by the corporations, led by this man, Gabriel Kruger. There is no individual freedom. There is no privacy. You will uncover these secrets as you explore the city on your terms. There's plenty for you to do, and we're giving you the freedom of choice. There are story missions, activities like time trials and races, and environmental puzzles. Most importantly, there are no levels. There are no loading screens. You are truly free roaming. Fluid movement and combat in first person. Running free in a beautiful, massive city. Experiencing the rise of Faith. This is her origin story. And for those of you here at E3, you can come by and play it for yourself at the EA booth. Here's the world premiere of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, captured fully in engine, coming February 23rd, 2016.
Every new day holds a promise.
Faith, I'm scared!
You can waste it, or spend it advancing yourself. A productive employee is a happy employee. Anyone can rise to high caste level. Your possibilities are infinite. Personal freedom comes at a price. Be wary of policy breakers in our midst.
Faith, are you there?
Had a run-in with Kruger, but I got something for it.
I'm taking her out.
What's coming, Faith? This city is changing, and not for the better. Unless, of course, we stop it.
You, on the ground, now!
Go on, girl. Save us all.
With the 42nd pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Rob Gronkowski, tight end, Arizona.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Grady, senior producer for Madden NFL.
Sean, that was a great example of how the New England Patriots drafted the right players in the right round and the right playmakers to build their current Super Bowl championship team. Hi, everyone. I'm Robert Flores. I'm host of ESPN2's fantasy football now and spending time on the set all these years, I've learned two things. One, my hair looks great on the big screen, and that 40 million fantasy sports fans out there would say that their favorite part of playing fantasy football is the ability to draft their own team.
Okay, well, we've got something really exciting for those fantasy fans. It's called Draft Champions, and it's a brand new way to get the fantasy draft experience every day. Now, Draft Champions puts you in your own personal war room, starting your playmaker journey off the field. We built this mode for both our Madden players and the fantasy fanatics who love the excitement that come with drafting a fantasy team. And Madden mobile players, don't sleep on this. It's a great reason to check out the console experience. Now, it's similar to Madden Mobile and Ultimate Team. You'll build a current team, a team of current and legendary players. But what really sets Draft Champions apart is the fun, fast, multi-round draft. You're going to get 3 players to choose from in each round, so every draft is exciting and different. It's all about interesting decisions and how you choose to build your team. Now, Robert, we recorded you earlier. We've got your final 3 rounds of your draft here.
All right.
Let's see how you, a fantasy football expert, handled it. All right. So I see right away you're still short a quarterback. You haven't upgraded yet.
Well, sometimes, like I do in real fantasy football, I'll wait on getting a quarterback. I wanted a defensive back, DRC, a new member of the New York Giants. I went with him.
Okay, that's a great pick. A little risky leaving a quarterback in that late round. Now, this next round is probably your most difficult. A lot of great players on the board. What'd you decide here?
Absolutely. Look, any fan would love to get Jamal Charles with all his home run speed on their team. And then you got J.J. Watt, the reigning defensive player of the year, on their defensive line. But I don't know how you turn down the best receiver in the league for my money, Calvin Johnson, so I'm pumped to have Megatron on my roster.
Okay, I'm a little surprised to see you leave J.J. Watt on the board from your Houston Texans.
They are my team.
But not a bad pick. All right, in this final round, legends all over the board here. We all love legends. What'd you decide?
Well, look, you got the obvious quarterback choice there, but you got a couple of Hall of Famers. You got Derek Brooks and John Randall, exceptional defenders. But in the end, I needed that quarterback, so I go Randall Cunningham. He's got the big arm and the perfect fit to throw that ball downfield to Megatron. So
okay.
I went with Randall Cunningham.
Looks like a really solid draft there. A good team, if not a little lucky with that quarterback coming in the final round. Worked out well. All right, once you've nailed the draft, this is where Madden takes fantasy to another level. Instead of passively watching the guys you drafted play, you get to be the playmaker on the field. You play with your team solo or go online, challenge other players to see how your draft and your game stack up. And once you've completed your mini season, you'll be back at the drafting board to start a whole new run, one quick experience, something you could frankly do in a night.
That is awesome. Very cool. I know where a lot of fantasy fans and fantasy football players this season will be spending their time.
All right, well, we couldn't agree more. Robert, we appreciate you being out here as the fantasy expert voice today. Let's give a big round of applause for Robert Flores.
This was outstanding. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Okay, today's NFL is a passing league, so we've overhauled the entire passing game. Whether you're Odell Beckham Jr. making a gravity-defying catch or Patrick Peterson intercepting the ball for a game-winning touchdown, playmakers dominate the passing game on both sides of the ball. So we focused on 3 key positions: quarterbacks, receivers, and defenders in coverage. Let's start with quarterback. New body relative throws give you the chance to lead your tall receivers high above a defender's reach. Or throw low on a curl route to wall off the defender, protecting both the ball and your receiver. As an example, if Russell Wilson would have used a body relative low throw to end the Super Bowl, we'd probably be referring to the Seahawks as the 2-time defending champs. Now, catches in the NFL never cease to amaze me. They're one of the most exciting and dynamic plays in any sport. As a receiver, you can now choose from one of 3 new catch types to beat the competition and keep your drive alive. First, a possession catch will increase your chance of a completion to get that critical first down, but might sacrifice yards. Next, a rack or run after catch. Adjust your route so you can attempt to gain extra yards after the catch. And finally, use an aggressive catch to attack the ball at its highest point. And I know what you're thinking. Now the game is all about offense. But don't worry, we didn't forget about defense. As a defender in coverage, going for the interception or swat can be risky. For the first time, now you'll have the ability to play the receiver instead of just the ball. You can make an attempt to secure the tackle or use the new play receiver mechanic to execute a well-timed hit, just lodging the ball and preventing the catch. Madden NFL 16 is delivering tools so you can be the playmaker on the field as a quarterback, receiver, and defender in coverage. And with Draft Champions, you'll start your playmaker journey off the field in this exciting new fantasy-inspired mode. You'll have your first shot to prove you're the playmaker both on and off the field right here at E3, or for those of you at home when the game launches on August 25th. Now let's take a look at the official Madden 16 E3 trailer.
Every now and then, someone comes along and changes everything.
The high-powered Packers have proven why they're at the top of the NFC. Cobb with the go-ahead score. That could mean the dagger for the Giants.
But finding them is easier said than done.
The Giants have been lackluster in 2-minute drills all year. Can this be the one that changes their season? Manning drops back. He's tackled for a sack.
And at times, it seems hopeless.
No timeouts left. Could this be the last play of the game? The Giants need a touchdown.
Until you realize that there is an opportunity to do more. And in this very moment, you discover
it's gone! Odell Beckham Jr.
It was you all along.
Unbelievable! He's done it again!
Be the playmaker in Madden NFL 16.
Through my decade and a half in this industry, I've learned that every once in a great while, you can be part of something special. This is one of those moments. In the past 2.5 years, we put some of EA's greatest talent and most advanced technology together with one of the most beloved sagas of our time, as we seek to create something that millions of fans around the world will love. The passion, creativity, and dedication come from our DICE studio in Stockholm. The technology is EA's own Frostbite game engine. And the game is, of course, Star Wars Battlefront. Now, Frostbite powers many of the games you've seen here today. Looking ahead, Frostbite will be at the core of even more EA games, including experiences for mobile devices, and maybe, one day, even VR. Right now, the sophistication of Frostbite is bringing a galaxy far, far away to life like never before. In just a few moments, you'll see how tools like physically based rendering, new weathering systems, and a technique called photogrammetry are being used to create an incredibly detailed, immersive, and completely authentic experience in Star Wars Battlefront. We're still only beginning to see what Frostbite can truly achieve, but the results are completely stunning. So let us show you, made by developers that love Star Wars for fans that love Star Wars, let's step into the world of Star Wars Battlefront.
I'm Sigurlína Ingvarsdóttir, and I have the awesome job of leading a talented, passionate team at DICE on Star Wars Battlefront. Like many of you, I can't remember a time when Star Wars wasn't a part of my life. And one of my earliest memories is of seeing a dark, ominous being that I was terrified of. That being, whose mask still has the ability to strike fear in me, is Darth Vader. I remember playing with the old action figures or attaching a clothespin to a magic marker to create a blaster pistol so that I could run around shooting lasers at imaginary stormtroopers. Today, by far the best place to truly lose yourself and interact with Star Wars is video games. With Star Wars Battlefront, we will immerse players in an incredibly authentic, visually stunning universe. And we've gotten amazing access from our partners at Lucasfilm. They've opened up their sacred vaults to us so that we can recreate the props and locations from the original trilogy. When you fly in an X-Wing, it's the real X-Wing. We will give you the chance to live out the Star Wars battle fantasies you've always dreamed of, and we can't wait to see all of the new memories you will create on your own. We have a great amount of depth, a variety of multiplayer modes that range from large-scale battles between 40 players all the way down to 8-player modes that deliver a more intimate experience between squads of Rebel and Imperial soldiers. Have you ever wanted to fly an X-Wing? Soaring above the skies, skimming the rims of canyons on Tatooine, while you dogfight against a squad of TIE fighters? Or have you fantasized about being one of the most iconic heroes or villains in the Star Wars universe? Wielding a lightsaber and using the Force, being the boss of a multiplayer match, and single-handedly turning the tide of an epic Star Wars battle. And if you're not in the mood for multiplayer, we have Star Wars Battlefront missions where you can jump in and play against AI, alone or with a friend, including split-screen co-op and one-on-one battles. Now, it's been 2 months since we revealed Star Wars Battlefront, and we've been amazed by the response. But if there's one thing that's come through, loud and clear, is that you want to see gameplay. So that's what we're going to do right now. What we're about to show you today is Walker Assault, one of our largest modes. This mode was inspired by the Battle of Hoth from The Empire Strikes Back. As the Empire, you must escort AT-AT walkers towards the Rebel base to destroy it. And as the Rebels, you must do everything you can to stop them. And while you will see a lot of things that remind you of that iconic battle, when you play the game your way, anything is possible. This was all captured on a PlayStation 4, and you will see the battle from the vantage point of both the Empire and the Rebels. Now, let's play Star Wars.
Activated the uplink. Move on that position. Rebels just lost their uplink. TIE fighter incoming! Bombers can't help us unless we protect the uplink. We can't do it without those Y-wings, come on! Walker! Walker incoming! Soldier down! Come on, guys, let's move up! Well done. Walker incoming! The rebels have activated the uplink station. We must shut it down. Incoming fire! Fall back! Incoming orbital strike. Is on the way. Blue 15 going in. This is Blue 12 accelerating to attack speed. The walker is exposed. Focus all firepower on it. Bombers are making their attack run. Go in for the takedown. Almost there.
Star Wars Battlefront coming November 17th. That's our show for today. For those of you here in LA, we'll see you at our booth where everything is hands-on and ready to play. If you're joining us on the web, visit livetoplay.ea.com where we'll have more behind-the-scenes content and stories. Thanks to all of our awesome teams, thanks to Pele, and thanks to all of you for joining us. Have a great show, everyone, and wherever you are, we hope you make some time to play. Thank you.
All right, and we are back here live at the YouTube E3 Live Space EA press conference. Ran a little bit longer than we expected. We've got about a half hour now until Ubisoft. We've got some great guests coming by, including Todd Howard to talk about Fallout, a look at King's Quest, and much more. But right now, we got some new creators and friends with us. We got Ash and Meg from Rooster Teeth, who'll be doing all the YouTube live stream from the booth. Alex Albrecht. And iJustine, Justine Nazar. Great to have you guys here.
I feel very quiet.
I love
that we're on the sports stream, but the whole time we were like, yeah, forget the sports. Anyway, let's talk about Star Wars.
I was like, I think that's Pele.
Battlefront up here.
Exactly. There was Star Wars, there was Mass Effect. So highlights for you guys out of the EA press conference. A little longer than we thought, but Star Wars was a great way to end.
I think they've got space handled.
Yes, exactly.
Like everything to do with space
Sci-fi,
looks fantastic.
no problem. Exactly, yes.
It was good to finally see a Mass Effect reveal.
Sorry, I was really excited about Unravel.
Unravel's really cute.
Super cute.
I played that game. It's really fun.
Did you?
I want Yarny. Like, that's amazing.
Everything.
Yeah, it's really fun and cute. Yeah.
We're talking about Fallout, and you're like, wait, Unravel. The guy telling the story about being in the forest and everything, though, that was really sweet.
It was great.
He looked so nervous. I was like, oh, buddy, it's cool. We love you.
What I love about it too is it's so not EA, right? It's like EA is this big kind of corporate entity, and they have this cute little like game that you would not expect from them. It's almost as cute as the Minions.
It's really cute.
Sorry. Dude, anything Minions.
The Minion was so weird. Like, check out this Minions game.
First off, Minions are always going to be weird, and that's what I love about Minions. I have to say, the Plants vs. Zombie GW4 or 2 looked amazing.
Skipping way.
I was like,
stuff
dude,
we don't even know
I'm playing games from the future,
He's already
people.
been to a couple E3s from now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, in 2
future.
E3s, when we get 4, it's going to be fantastic.
They're gonna kill you when you go off stage.
So what was your favorite game, because we don't have a ton of time because we're a little late, what was your favorite time out of EA, each of you?
I would have said Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But that was just a trailer, and the Battlefront stuff was pretty amazing.
And that was a real gameplay.
You could pilot the AT-AT.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So great.
I know. Pretty cool with the tow cable around and stuff like that. Pretty nice. Meg, same for you?
Yeah, same. Although I just, because we're going to talk about Star Wars, Mirror's Edge looks awesome. I'm excited to see if they can actually iterate what they hope to iterate with the first one. I think it looks beautiful. I love all the color this time around. There was actually a city instead of just white walls and one dude standing by himself.
Exactly. It does feel like, more lived in.
And also VR stuff. I mean, this is the year of VR, obviously,
Right.
whereas last year was the year of, and also television in your thing. Yes. This is the year of, look, put a hat on and it's going to be amazing. And Mirror's Edge, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be so sick and excited.
Exactly. That's going
at
to
the
be Mirror's
same
Edge
time. It's going to be so amazing.
Like, it just comes with a collector's bucket.
I just can't.
Vomit directly.
I'm so excited to get my wife's perspective of VR because all of it, even now, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I'm just playing." Here's the storm, and I got very mad. But her coming in with me, and there's nothing that she can see, and I'm just like in a room being an idiot. I'm very excited for that. I think for me, I'm most excited, and this is weird. I was a big Old Republic guy.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty excited about the Knights of the Fallen Empire, I think is what it's called.
It has like 6 types.
Yeah, because the thing that I loved about Old Republic was I didn't think it was a great MMO, but as I always said to my friends, it was the best co-op BioWare RPG experience that you could have.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. So the fact that they were like, we're going back to our roots, we're going BioWare with this, it's going to be like a BioWare RPG, that got me the giggle feels.
Yeah, and that's exciting because I got into Old Republic a little late. So by the time I started playing, everyone's like, oh, we're so over this at this point. So I'm kind of excited to jump back into that. Also, Unravel and the Garden Warfare does look pretty amazing. And we were talking about VR, playing Need for Speed.
Oh.
It looked
Need for Speed looked
awesome.
ridiculous.
It looked really good. Can you imagine, like, actually sitting, like, feeling like you were in that vehicle?
Again, I think there's going to be a lot of... Although, was it Valve that came out and said, they were like, our goal is nobody using our device gets sick?
Yeah,
and I was like, that is ballsy.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
But I
Well, you
mean,
have to do it at a certain frame rate. They're saying like it actually has to be 90 frames per second.
oh wow.
Oh, weird.
Or otherwise you start to like lose it a little bit. But yeah, like 90 to 100 frames per second. John Carmack and the guys at Valve said that's the sweet spot where you sort of it feels more real. Because otherwise, if it's janky, then that's where you start to like.
Yeah,
lose
last
sense
year,
of motion.
2 E3s ago, actually, was I almost vomited on cameraman. Trying to just, I was sitting up in a chair and I was like, we're gonna have to.
Should have told us that. We could have had a whole setup.
We could have done it.
A viral moment on our stream.
Guys, Meg Turner's gonna be here with some exclusive vomit.
Exclusive vomit.
Well, that was it was a cool press conference. Obviously, lots of great content. And yeah, leading off with Mass Effect, the brand new game. As you said, we didn't really see a lot of the gameplay, but it felt like we have a new name. It's not Mass Effect 4.
It's
Looks
nice
like
to
it's a
have
new
a
character.
date.
Sorry?
It's nice to have at least a release window now. They've announced it like twice.
I know, holiday
It's like the 17th announcement.
Holiday 2016, so we'll have to wait a little while for that. Probably next year at E3 we'll get to talk about more Mass
No, they're
Effect.
gonna announce it one more time.
Knowing this industry, it's probably the case. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, watching the EA press conference together. We have a lot of stuff coming up. Todd Howard is in the green room. He will be with us live to answer your questions on Fallout 4 shortly. But right now, Jax, what are the people saying on social media about E3?
I bet you can guess. The big buzz out of EA is, of course, Star Wars Battlefront. Everyone's super excited about that. Battlefront wins at life, buying 5 copies out of mere respect, as you should. That's from Optic J. I don't totally know what this means, but awesome. EA Star Wars. When you fly in an X-Wing, it's a real X-Wing. I guess we'll maybe have to do some research on that and figure it all out together. Also, this was the big news, but there's something happening with yarn today. Yoshi's Whirly World was in our studio earlier, and they had these cool yarn creatures, this whole world, but then the Unravel guy comes to talk, and all of this stuff starts happening. Film Cow says, EA, sports, cars, men, more sports, danger zones, lasers, men, power, extreme, men, guns, tiny, adorable yarn cutie. Fwug Radiation says, this guy sounds like he's gonna cry about yarn, so we wanted to know, if you could have any character created out of yarn, who do you want to see? Tweet us at YouTube E3 hashtag or at YouTube Gaming and let us know, and we'll tell you the answers in just a bit. Now I'm going to send it back over to Geoff.
All right, thank you very much, Jax. Lots of excitement about E3. We've got tons of stuff coming up. The Ubi press conference will be at the top of the hour with Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and rumors of new Ubisoft game announcements as well. But right now it's time for another exclusive here on YouTube Live at E3, the world premiere of the new trailer for King's Quest, and it has a subtitle now, A Night to Remember. Take a look at this.
Come in, Gwendolyn. I hope this whole cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim. Sewn into the seams are many hidden adventures.
Tell me everything.
Hey, it's Graham the Wise.
When I was a much younger lad.
You look
like a compassionate fellow. Before I was a knight.
Greatest night in all of Daventry.
Before I'd been to Daventry.
I see braveness in those eyes.
It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life.
Hello. Apologies, I'm late. I should be on the list. First name Graham, last name...
Welcome, everybody. You are all here to win a knight position on King Edward's court. Each knight hopeful will need to bring back to the theatre, dum-dum-dum-dum, one eye of a hideous beast. We want to know what's in your heart, how you think, and how you react in the face of danger. No adorably cute, fuzzy, or tiny creature eyes will be accepted. Nothing to see here. Now, everyone, go forth and claim thine eyes.
That was amazing.
All things considered, it was a pretty good first day in Daventry.
All right, we're back here on our set with Matt and Lindsay from The Odd Gentleman. Still have the hat that Roberta Williams gave you at the Game Awards when we announced this game. We saw in the trailer there, surprising to me, that it's coming out in July. So we're a month away now from episode 1.
We're very close, yeah.
That's sooner than I thought.
It's
well, that's
very nerve-wracking.
That's awesome. Well, you guys have made so much progress with this game since I visited you last fall. to look at it. It's cool to hear like Christopher Lloyd in there as Graham doing the voice and the cinematics and everything coming together. So I know we've got actually some footage now of a demo. So you're going to show us some of the game. Tell us, what are we going to see?
Let's see.
We'll see. Exactly. Here we go. Chapter 1, A Night to Remember, and as you mentioned, it's coming out in July. So this is this start of the game, or where?
Yeah, this is actually part of the opening of the game. So we start out by paying tribute to King's Quest 1.
Yep.
And we tell the story about how Graham got the magic mirror, which in the first game is how he became king. So we get to sort of play around with that a little bit in the very start of the game.
Wow, very cool. Now, Lindsay, you guys have been, obviously spending time with Ken and Roberta Williams. They blessed it. It was awesome to have them at Game Awards talking about this. For people that may not be familiar with King's Quest, because we have an affinity for it, but there are lots of people on YouTube probably watching who don't necessarily know King's Quest. What does this franchise mean to you guys? Why is King's Quest so important to you?
I mean, King's Quest was one of the first really story-oriented games any of us played. When you came into this world, it was something that was vibrant and beautiful and had this kind of fantastical lore all created into it. And you explored it using just text in the very first one, which was truly incredible. You're trying to figure out your first interaction, and for me, that happened to be drowning.
Yeah.
I walked right into the moat, drowned, and was trying to type up what I could as fast as I could. I think I was 7.
And you would die a lot.
Yes, died a lot, and had a fun time just exploring anything you could do, and it really paid into the curiosity of the player.
Right.
And that's something we also really wanted to capture in what we did.
Right. And one of the things I think people wondered about this game when you first talked about it, it's it's an adventure game, but there are action elements to it. And people know, like the Telltale games, which are very sort of, very story-driven. Feels like this is a bit more of a hybrid in that there's lots of great story and narrative to it, but you guys are very focused on playability and there is some action to it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's light action, but the main part of the game is puzzle-oriented stories. We really would look at a moment and try to decide what gameplay would work best for that moment. And that's something that Roberta and Ken sort of shared with us is when they were making adventure games, it was important to them to tell the story. And using it, it didn't necessarily always have to be a certain type of puzzle or a certain type of mechanic, but what's the best mechanic to tell the story that we're trying to tell.
Wow. Now, this first episode, you guys are building this as an episodic game, but this will come out as sort of a standalone kind of first episode?
So Chapter 1, late July, is going to be the first part that tells the story about how King Graham actually became a knight.
Okay.
And then we deal with his whole life frame. So, from a very young squire to a very old man.
Right. Wow. So it looks, visually it looks incredible. Obviously a lot of voiceover and dialogue throughout it. Tell us about some of the puzzles. Is it sort of typical Sierra where it's like you're collecting inventory items and combining them and things like that?
Yeah, the core of it is, there's a big open map. When the game actually gets into it, it's a big open map, just like the old King's Quest games.
Yeah.
And you can go wherever you want, and you can solve the puzzles in whatever order you want, and that actually changes the context of the story.
Okay.
And a lot of it is, inventory-style puzzles where you have to use something in combination with something else.
Right.
We're also doing dialogue puzzles and things like that in the game. We got an awesome voice cast that we're super excited
I love
about.
Exactly. That was really an honor to work with those guys.
No, it's cool. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd and I'm sure other great folks all in there. But yeah, you should look at the level of the animation and, it feels like an animated movie, but then obviously brought to life with a lot of great Sierra-style puzzles. So, episodic games, people always wonder, sort of how long are they? Is this the start of something? It sounds like this is a pretty meaty chunk of game, right?
So the game is about as long as it needs to be.
Right.
Working with Sierra, they've actually been...
It's a cop-out, as long as it needs to be.
Working with Sierra, they didn't give us any sort of arbitrary, it needs to be this long.
Right.
So it just ended up being actually quite long, especially if you want to compare it to other sort of episodic games. But we had a lot to do in this first chapter. We had to introduce the whole world and all the characters, so it's really hefty. There's a lot of gameplay in it. There's a lot of story. There's a lot of characters.
So obviously, this episode 1, you guys will continue kind of working on future episodes. So this is The Odd Gentleman. Will be very focused on all things King's Quest.
Yeah,
I guess.
We're already on to chapter 2.
Yep.
So.
Wow, well,
things going. So.
That's really, really cool to see how far you guys have come with it, and the fact that it's coming out this soon is fantastic. So hopefully, we'll get to see more of it in the weeks ahead as you guys get ready for more of it. Well, thanks for coming by to give us a little sneak peek at King's Quest. End of July, it'll be out on what, Xbox, PlayStation?
A lot of stuff. 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
And actually at the show, and first announced here, we're going to be at the Xbox booth. So
okay.
if you want to come by, you can come by and check it out.
All right. Well,
and the hat will be there too if you want to try to get a
Maybe
picture.
on my head. We'll see.
The hat goes everywhere. All right. Well, thanks very much,
Cool.
Matt and Lindsay from The Odd
Thank
Gentleman.
you.
King's Quest, personal favorite of mine, where I started playing those games back when I was a young kid. So great to see them brought back to life with such authenticity as well. All right. We're going to head over to Jackie, who is hanging out there telling us what people are talking about. Jax, what's the word?
Hey, we actually got some great responses to our question. We asked you guys, which character would you like to see made out of yarn? Because there's bizarrely some connection happening at E3 with yarn. Never thought I'd be standing here at YouTube at E3 Live talking about yarn, but here we go. Let's see your answers to the question on Twitter. We have Mega Dave, who said Sackboy. Oh wait, well done, Dave. YouTube Gaming, Sonic the Hedgehog, but I say Sonic for everything. No one's gonna fault you for that, bonkers. Grandma Pancake says Master Chief made of yarn would be pretty yarn rad. Very punny, Grandma Pancakes. And I would love to see GLaDOS made out of yarn. She would look so adorable, but still very deadly. And that'd be GLaDOS from Portal. That would actually be pretty awesome. Here are the big 3 what's trending. We have under PS4, we have Arkham Knight, Ratchet & Clank, Black Ops 3, no surprises, Nintendo Yoshi, 3DS, Star Fox. Halo, of course, is a big one of the day. Fallout, Gears of War, and Tomb Raider. And as always, our What's Trending is brought to you at YouTube Live at E3, presented by Gramercy Pictures Selfless, starring Ryan Reynolds, and out July 10th. Let's head back inside where Geoff has something else for us. What is that, Geoff?
We've got a real special moment, Jax, because if you were watching on YouTube last night, the Bethesda E3 showcase, if you were a gamer, you probably saw the news of Fallout 4 and Todd Howard's amazing 34-minute presentation of the game. It was 34 minutes. I counted it on the clock. Well,
I like to talk.
You like to show amazing games and great presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Howard is here joining us for YouTube. Todd, congratulations, first of all. Good to have you out of hiding.
Yeah.
You disappear for time. We know you're working on something, but we don't know quite what it is.
Yeah, I like to be at the office making games,
Yes.
so when we have something to say, we pop our heads up and do stuff like this. It's great to see you again.
It's good to see you as well.
It's good to
People
see
have been
this
waiting
still
for us
going.
to get back together, and now is
And
the
I
appropriate venue.
do always enjoy it where you make up features and ask me if they're actually real.
And then you go back and build them, right? No.
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes. We get the pressure to do that.
Yes. So let's talk Fallout. There's so many questions that I think everyone has coming out of yesterday's presentation. Obviously, the big news that it's coming out this year.
Yep.
Why did you guys decide to wait so long to tell people about this one? Because I remember when we worked together on Skyrim, you sort of at the end of the previous year said, hey, it's coming in November. This year, you guys wanted to wait, obviously, till E3.
Mm-hmm.
So you must be very far along with where you're at with the game.
We are. We're almost done.
Wow.
So we're where we need to be for release. And I think, part of that is I think people talk about their games personally too early.
Yeah.
I like the moment of finding out about something and that swell of excitement.
If you can keep it secret.
That was hard. Well, we obviously had some leaks.
Right.
But on the scheme of the game and how big it is, we had very little.
Yeah.
And the fact that the mobile game didn't leak at all, and we have everybody in the company has it on their phone playing it.
Right.
That was really great. So I just think that kind of wave of excitement, I want to get excited about things and not have to wait a year or hear things and it gets delayed. So the other thing is going into the next gen, and our games are really big. We're kind of iterating on features and figuring out what is it really going to be? What do we really want to talk about?
Yeah.
And that takes us a while sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, you showed the game obviously the first time a couple weeks ago with the trailer, and then last night went into a lot of the cool features. One of the most interesting things is that, to me, I'm always interested in the narrative, and I know you guys aren't talking a lot about sort of the main quest or storyline, but you obviously have fully voiced protagonist now, character.
We do,
and that
yes.
was that's a new shift for you guys. Tell me about. Was that something that you iterated on that idea over the years, or from day one did you say we want to do this, or how did you come to that decision?
Well, one of the things we looked at coming out of Skyrim was how do we tell a good story while maintaining a big open world where you can do what you want. At the end of the day, you're sacrificing some control over good flow of a story to let the players do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Having a voice on a character lets you hit those emotional beats just a lot better. If you were to take away what we've done before and you were to do a game like this, you'd have the character voice. But it was a debate.
Right.
What are we going to sacrifice if we have a voice? And we did get two great voice actors for the male and the female, and that really helped. And then the ability, they've been recording a ton over the last 2 years. And so each of them have recorded just right now, it'll be more, over 13,000 lines of dialogue. Wow. So it's part of its logistics. Can you pull it off and not have it hold you back from all of the different options that you would want in a dialogue system?
Because you're working in this, your bunker there for 3-4 years thinking about this. I mean, was that something from day one? You're like, I want to do this, and then you try it.
It was day one, yes.
And then did you have doubt along the way? You're like, I don't know if that's working anymore, or did it? I guess you find your way as you go through this.
We were committed to trying it until we did different systems with the interface and things like that. And when you jump in, and what's the text that you put on the screen?
Right.
So what do you have on the screen versus then what comes out of the character's mouth, and how does that all flow? Yeah. We actually, what you're seeing in the demo is that the cameras are cinematic. That was a late edition.
Okay.
The first thing we did was make it all work first person. Just like another way, like when you roll over something and you go to activate it, characters are the same way. So you roll over them, the buttons come up. So you could literally play this first person, and we haven't shown it yet, but eventually we will, and then you can just look away and then start doing something, and the guy's waiting for an answer, and then you look back and the prompts come up.
Okay.
So it's not like a mode you're locked into, it's just, it's another way of activating something like you would your gun or the door, or, I look at you and I want to say this. And it actually let us do multiple characters in a conversation, and we actually got to the point where you could have 2 conversations at once. It's rare, we don't want that to happen, but you could give this guy an answer, move away and give that guy an answer.
So more freeform to be. Oh, that's interesting.
And that's really, we want, player agency is really, really big for us. So it took a long time to get there, but it has really worked out well.
That's amazing. Well, visually it obviously looks great, and we love what you're doing sort of in terms of storytelling with it. I wanted to ask you about sort of, the genre of, RPG and what you've been building with it. I mean, there are lots of people now that are focusing on, like, how do we make these things more online? How do we bring players into the world? Is this still strictly sort of a straight single-player experience?
It is. It is. Okay. We always kind of, if we did multiplayer, what would we do when we have good ideas? But at the end of the day, we're still about the same size as the team we did with Skyrim, and our hearts are really in single player, and that's what we want to focus on and make it the best it can be. So that's still what we're doing.
But very cool, obviously, mod, and you mentioned this morning in Xbox that mods are going to move to Xbox, which is amazing. I mean, you look at the Skyrim mod community on Steam, it's just insane to sort of think of the world you're building and then where people are going to take it. Are you thinking from a story perspective how you're going to let people sort of play in the world even more and sort of, play with the story and dialogue and things like that?
With mods in particular?
Yeah, mods, yeah.
I mean, our view in mods are that the community will figure that out. Yeah. Like, they'll make the stuff they want, and they make so much of it that the high-quality stuff and the stuff people want kind of bubbles to the top. And we just want to provide the tools and the infrastructure to make it all work smoothly.
Yeah.
And being able to do that on the Xbox now, and I want to be clear, actually that feature is not coming out at launch.
Okay.
So like Skyrim, the creation kit's going to come out soon after, probably very early 16.
Okay.
And then the mod...
For everybody, right?
On the PC.
Yeah, PC,
on the
right,
PC, right? So the creation kit is just a PC thing.
Yeah.
And then the Xbox One part of that will come after that.
Okay.
And then after that, we do hope to get it on PS4 as well.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to get this to everybody, but, there's a lot of hard work that has to happen.
Yeah.
And our relationship with Microsoft over the years makes that, and the PC connection, makes it the best place to do it first.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an amazing E3. I can't wait to see more of Fallout 4. I guess this is going to be an onslaught of Fallout now, because you only have
can compress it all into
exactly.
like 5 months, and so, yeah, it'll be compressed.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, an early contender for a Game of the Show already, and we can't wait to go, hopefully, hands-on, try this thing soon, and we'll see you, hopefully, this fall. You may need to reserve December for a little award show.
We'll wait and see.
We'll see, Todd. Exactly. All right. Well, still much more to come here on YouTube Live at E3. Ubisoft's press conference is coming up at the top of the hour. Sony's briefing is at 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. And we've also got an exclusive Rock Band 4 demo. Peter Moore from EA stopping by to recap all the big EA news, including the brand new Mass Effect. When we return, game director Marty Stratton will be here to dive into another title from Bethesda, Doom. Stick around. All right, we are only about 10 minutes away from the Ubisoft press conference where we'll see new content on Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Rainbow Six, The Division, and many other things from Ubi, and we'll have that live for you right here on YouTube with the most reliable, high-quality stream you can get out there. You'll want to stick around for that. But first, when the original Doom burst onto the scene back in 1993, I remember as a kid, I downloaded the shareware version up in Toronto. It changed my life. It made me want to honestly get in the video game industry. Well, now it's time for a brand new Doom. It's going to happen early in the spring of 2016. And to join us, to tell us more about it, is game director Marty Stratton from id. Marty, congratulations. A big night for Doom last night. I got to see this game last year at QuakeCon.
Yes, you did.
Down in Dallas, but the public didn't. And you guys, it's almost a year later. You showed up. We saw that level, but you saw another level. I mean, there was a lot of Doom last night.
We wanted to give everybody a taste of what we're doing. It was fun to have you down last QuakeCon.
Absolutely.
I was really surprised none of that stuff leaked from then. We had a lot of people there, but
the fans are loyal.
Yes, they are. They really loved it. Yeah, so we showed a little bit of this last year at QuakeCon, and then dove into hell a little bit last night and gave people a taste of that stuff as well.
Now, the thing that struck me when I remember seeing it last year at QuakeCon, and even still true today, there's this visceral sense of action, which is, really, Doom is known for, and there's certainly a level of gore and whatnot that you're trying to push this. When you think of like the first-person shooter genre, I mean, there's so many different types of games. What do you think is unique about Doom? I mean, for me, when I was growing up playing it, I mean, it was just the fact that it was in 3D and the visuals.
Sure.
But now, when you look at like this compared to other shooters, what do you want Doom to stand for?
I think what we love most about it is just the style of play, and it really is inspired by those original Doom games. The fast movement and even just the level of violence. I mean, there's not a lot of games where you get to kind of be this creative in your killing. We almost refer to these arenas as skate parks.
I remember the key card where you have the guy's hand.
Yeah, with the hand. Yeah, it's one of the fun things about working at id. You get to sit around in a meeting and talk about how many ways you can rip a guy's arm off and beat him to death with it, or these things that we call glory kills, these execution moves. It's a system that our animation team really kind of championed from the beginning, and based it off those original
glory kills, you call them?
Yeah, we call them glory kills. It's kind of been a term that's stuck around the office. So it's about fast-paced movement, just like the original Doom, and fighting the forces of hell with your massive arsenal.
Now, let me ask you about the story of it, because Doom is not necessarily known for deep story, but it's like shooters often have stories and single-player campaigns.
Sure.
How are you telling story? I mean, how much story and dialogue and character development is this versus just raw action?
Well, we're not talking a ton about the story right now, but I think we'll surprise some people with the way we're approaching
it. And Bethesda's known. I mean, look at Wolf last year. I mean, there's always cool stories. I feel like Bethesda's known for great narrative.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're approaching this as a bit of an origin title. Yeah. And we're gonna dive a little bit into kind of the Doomarine, leave the player asking some questions about who they are and what their real purpose is. But we know that people come to a Doom game to play against the demons, to fight demons, to blow shit up, so to speak. And so we keep the story.
I think that's our first swear on YouTube. I think we can do that, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
Blow shit up. Let's do it. So
Todd said a lot worse stuff last night.
I know, that's true.
I kept it to big
it's the internet.
effing guns last night.
Well, speaking of the BFG, I'm sure there'll be an appearance from the BFG. Are other crazy weapons that we can expect?
We showed a lot last night, so I'm not going to go too far beyond what you got to watch the video and kind of watch when that weapon wheel pops up.
Yes.
That's kind of a new mechanic for us that we really like. It's one of those things you kind of you watch it and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then when you play it and in the course of action, particularly with the controller, there's a lot that you don't get there. There's some fast switching and stuff like that. But we needed a way for players to carry their entire arsenal. It's a Doom game, so you want to have all your guns with you.
All I have are the number keys on my keyboard.
Yeah, you can use those just like you could normally. But on a controller, it's great to pull that up and have that kind of slow motion. It doesn't freeze the game. It just kind of slows it down for a second, gives you the opportunity to select which weapon you go to. And we did tease the BFG a little bit there last night at the very end. So keeping it very inspired by that original. Our weapons team has done a great job.
Yeah, well, it's really exciting. And spring 2016, right?
Absolutely. Yep, we're on a collision course, so should be a good time. We're looking forward to it.
Bethesda's gonna be very prolific. You got Fallout, Dishonored, Doom, all coming out in the window like 6 months.
And they're all very different games. That's
Yeah.
what I love about it. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, it's just you can love all of those games and enjoy them all in a different way.
Yeah, and it was a great press conference. We can't wait to see more of Doom. Thanks for stopping by, Marty.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Good luck to you and everyone at the id team. Jax, back to you. What's happening?
Fallout is happening. Everyone's still really buzzing about Fallout 4 and, of course, Fallout Shelter. Let's take a look at the E3 buzz. Not Seabass says, Fallout Shelter satisfies my lack of Animal Crossing for now. Cameron Jansen says, Fallout Shelter is honestly the best iPhone game I have ever played. I am addicted. Hashtag Fallout Shelter. We are about halfway through our coverage today, and here's what people are saying. Rapid Fire Films. Well, November is going to be an expensive month for me. Star Wars Battlefront, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Fallout 4, Need for Speed. And the worst thing about E3, Fallout and Battlefront, both come out in November. So you've got June, July, August, September, October. 6 months to save up your pennies, kids. All right, here are our top trends. No surprises at the top. Star Wars Battlefront is crushing. And just so you guys know, we reset the numbers halfway through the day to kind of give everyone a fair shot. We are right at the halfway point. We're about 4 minutes away from the Ubisoft conference. We also have Sony later on today. So start hitting us at YouTube E3 hashtag and at YouTube Gaming, and let us know what you guys are excited about and what you expect to be coming up. And we'll talk to you more about it after the conference. But before we send it to that, we're going to send it back to Geoff.
All right, thank you very much, Jax. We are getting ready for, yes, the Ubisoft press conference, but first we've got some special guests. My BlizzCon co-host, Michelle Morrow. Michelle, it's great to see you.
It is good to see you again,
Heroes of the
Jeffrey.
Dorm host. It's like you're everywhere now. Nerdist.
I know, right? Nerdist.
Horace.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be here with Malik and Dan Casey, but they got running a little late from the EA con.
All we
EA
need
press
is you,
today.
Michelle.
Yeah. I'm just happy to see you, Jeff.
EA did run a little late, so
Yes.
we've compressed everything down. We've also got Typical Gamer and
Hike Place.
Hike Place. That's better. I was gonna say you have your full name there, and it's like
Don't
how do
worry
you say
about it. Hike
tell-
Place. No, that's right.
I was
It's
gonna
just
say your
Hike
last
Place.
name. All right,
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, great to have you guys with us. So we're leading into Ubisoft at E3. We've got 3 minutes, believe it or not, because EA decided to take an extra 25 minutes with their press conference. So
Shocking.
quickly, Michelle, guys, what are you expecting from Ubisoft?
I would just love if they came out and announced and they just said, Uplay is canceled. Can that happen?
Is that a mic
Yeah,
drop
just
moment?
boom, and then out. Yeah.
I mean,
don't know if that's going to happen.
Probably not, yeah.
So for you guys, I mean, there's Rainbow Six, there's a Division, rumors of another game that Ubisoft would announce. They usually announce something like, every year. Is there anything that you guys are really excited about that you want to see for the next hour?
The main thing I'm thinking about right now is Rock Band. Like,
Yes.
we're gonna have to do that later.
You're going to play Rock Band later, right?
Yeah.
With us? Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Yeah, we have a Rock Band
at 4 o'clock, right
Yeah.
here. So
Okay.
that's the only thing that's going through my mind, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait.
What instrument are you going to play?
I'm gonna try to get lead guitarist, but I haven't played in like a year or so or more.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
Lead
Rock
guitar's
Band 4. We're doing a
sexy.
live demo with a bunch of YouTube creators. You're going to be in it on too, Typical, right?
Yeah. They said I could smash the guitar, so it's all good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna do a guitar fight in the middle, like at the end.
All right. Well, I'll
Just dueling.
I'll brace for impact on that, I guess. All right. Well,
Pull out some
that's.
kiss at the end.
So, do you guys are there other E3 games that you guys are really excited about? What have you seen so far? What are you excited about seeing?
Well, I'm really excited about the fact that there's backwards compatibility now, that's for sure.
Xbox One, that's
Right
cool, okay.
after I purchased an Xbox 360 for my nephew. Like right after.
That's the
So-
thing is, like I was saying to someone earlier, I wanted to go back and play Red Dead Redemption a few months ago, and it's like you can't because you have to find the old.
You have to go
consoles.
hook it up and do everything.
It's a shame,
yeah.
right? Because on PC, on Steam, you have like all your games. You don't even have to think about it. So yeah, that was a good announcement. What about for you guys? Anything big games for you?
I would say because I actually went to the Microsoft press conference, saw it.
How was
the freaking 4 GT coming from the ceiling.
Yeah, ceiling. That's cool.
I was like, what is happening
yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
It's like an alien descending.
It's pretty cool, right?
The
Yeah.
controller is really cool.
Yeah.
The controller is like that's like.
Have you
Pro
gone
Call of
hands-on
Duty.
with it yet?
I have not.
Okay, that
Have
looks
you?
really cool. No, but it looks
it
really
has
cool.
the paddles and the
Yeah.
trigger stops and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Xbox for the core.
What are you guys
Are you
excited about? You've been seeing all this stuff all day long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
What are
Jeff,
you excited
what are you
about?
most excited? I want to
Let's
know what Geoff
interview you
Keighley's
right
most
now.
excited about.
I would say, out of all the stuff, I mean, Fallout looks incredible, right? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
really big. That's probably
There's
the biggest one.
Yeah.
Xbox a lot. So I thought Rise of the Tomb Raider actually looked really good this morning. I'm excited about PlayStation tonight, like new Uncharted, which is like one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah,
so we're going
you
to
do
see
love
that.
that one.
I love my Uncharted, so we'll see. And hopefully there'll be some surprises, right?
You know what we
had a
were
cool surprise.
waiting for and hoping for, like at the end of Fallout, right
Yes.
as they're wrapping it up, that they would announce. That's such a great game that we were hoping for. At the end of it, they would just go, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna have multiplayer."
I know. I
Boom,
just
walk out.
I just asked Todd
Boom.
Howard, and he said no multiplayer. So
I'm a little bit
All right, well, we're going to head
awesome.
over to the Ubisoft press conference right now with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Yves Guillemot, the CEO, will be live on stage with Aisha Tyler. Enjoy it live right here on YouTube.
The king has risen, and in his reign the kingdoms of human and elf are united. The relic which threatened to destroy all was cast out to sea, seemingly forgotten. But now a new foe has awakened, the relic reclaimed, and what was once a powerful union lies fractured throughout the lands.
All right, who put the stick of truth in the toilet? That is not funny. This is a holy relic.
We agreed to get rid of the stick. Why tempt its power again?
That was barely even an RPG, Cal. The combat sucked. We're going to do it bigger, and we will settle for nothing less than a 9.5 on GameSpot.
A dark sorcerer has emerged. Who is it? Tell us, great mage of Xantros.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going on right now. We're under attack, and the new kid is stuck in a dream level. No dream levels. This game has to be sweet, Clyde.
Show yourself, villain! Ha-ha! Your superpowers are no match for me, Coon and friends!
Coon and friends? Ah, shit, we got the wrong game. Everybody switch games. We're playing superheroes now. Coon friends, go! We're not playing games anymore, Mom. This time, it's serious. South Park, the fractured but whole.
Now available for pre-order.
Yeah, everyone pre-order. That's a good idea.
Shut up, Butters!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome two of my favorite human beings in the entire world, Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Hi.
What's up? How are you guys doing?
First of all, I'd just like to say that these mics are fucking dumb. And I feel like an idiot wearing it.
Don't act like you don't wear those during sex every single night, my friend.
Look at this.
Look at you. You guys look great. Come on.
Thank you.
You look like you're going to take my order. I want French fries. Supersize it.
Yeah.
First of all, the trailer for the game looks amazing. Are you guys excited about it?
Yeah.
It's weird because you don't seem like you are.
Yeah.
And
No, we're
also,
great.
I
It's
feel
just
like
these mics that,
it's
you
the
know.
mics that just
Yeah, it's the mics are throwing us, but
just
okay. Yeah. We don't know what to
joint
do with our hands.
pockets or inside your pants.
Right.
I read that you guys, after the last game, said that you were never, ever, ever going to make another video game again.
That's true. And, but the big thing is we're kind of whiny babies.
Mhm.
And we just realized that right at the end of Stick of Truth, we kind of learned how to make video games. And it was kind of too late.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, fuck, now we know how to make a good video game.
Yeah.
So we have a good template to do it. And we thought, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah, we might regret it, but we're doing it again. Yeah.
Look, I want to say, knowing you two, I don't think a fear of regret has ever kept you from doing anything. I think that has to be
We've had some regrets.
Yeah, I'm saying
we've had
just
some regrets,
power
yeah.
through it. Now, who are you working with on this game?
We're working with Ubisoft San Francisco, and it's
Yeah.
basically, obviously, everyone friend the crowd for that. It's it's the next chapter. It continues the story of Stick of Truth, where you're the new kid, and you now have moved to South Park. But now the kids are playing, obviously, superheroes, and so we get really into your backstory as the new kid of what, like any superhero adventure, like we get into your backstory of why your butthole is so amazing, basically.
Yeah.
We get deep into that
God,
butthole story. We're going to get deep into your butthole.
in
Yeah,
this
deep
game.
into your butthole on this one, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sweeter, more kind words have never been spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the legends of South Park, Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Thank you.
Wear those microphones home. I love you.
Bye.
Give it up, Trey and Matt. I know! Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ubisoft's E3 215, that's not a year, 2015 press conference. If it was 215, we'd have no technology. We'd all be incredibly miserable, staring into our hands, waiting for somebody to tweet us back. I am so insanely happy to be here today. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this is a super special time of year because I love games, and I think it's the rare time of year that journalists, developers, gamers, and fans of the industry get to come together in one place and collectively lose our shit. So I am so happy to be here. On behalf of the UB team, I want to welcome everybody here to the historic Orpheum Theater in LA, as well as all the gamers, fans, and journalists tuned in online from all over the world. And we have got a very special welcome here for some of our most dedicated fans, Ubisoft star players who are here from around the globe. Please stand and wave. Take your moment in the sun. You guys look amazing. Some of you look more amazing than others. I bet the rest of you wish you had more than just a fucking t-shirt, but that's okay. We'll talk about it later. Cosplaying like a boss. Like a boss. All right, sit down. Few industries have consumers as passionate and personally invested as the gaming industry. One day you're on a message board calling for the abrupt, non-consensual removal of a CEO's reproductive organ on a message board, and the next thing you know, you've got a Far Cry logo tattooed on your face. And let's be honest, I think we all know this has been a very intense year for Ubisoft, and there's been no shortage of, shall we call it, constructive feedback, or online teabagging, whatever you want to call it. But I can say personally that after working for these guys for 4 years, the Ubisoft teams listen and they take what you think very, very seriously. We believe here that passionate and honest feedback makes games better, even if you have to dig through ear-burning NSFW, guys, that's a word, Reddit thread to get it. You know what I'm talking about. The UB team has a single driving passion. They love games and they want to make kick-ass games that you want to play. And to that end, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guy with all the surprises, Ubisoft CEO, Yves Guillemot.
Hello, Aisha.
How are you?
How are you?
Welcome.
It's good to have you back, actually.
You know, we were in rehearsal. You know how excited I am about this press conference. You guys are going to lose it. This is going to be awesome. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you. I love gaming, and I love the people that create the games. But I also love a lot the people that play those games. So it's At Ubisoft, we do take risks. It has been part of our DNA from day one. And we will continue to take risks to amaze gamers and create the games of tomorrow. And today, I have a surprise for you, as we said. And this surprise is a new IP in a new genre. And this game couldn't wait till the end of the show. So enjoy it now.
All right. When you look inside yourselves, huh? Do you see a knight? A Viking? Samurai, perhaps, huh? When your enemies are arriving at the gate and the sword is coming at your head, would you turn and run? Would you stand and fight? My name is Jason Vandenberg, creative director. For Honor offers you the opportunity to experience the adrenaline and the danger of a melee combat in a visceral battlefield. Through a new type of gameplay that we call the art of battle, you will feel the weight of the weapon in your hand, the crash as you block the attack, and the impact when you strike the winning blow. Huh? But bring your friends with you. Because while a single individual can win a fight, it takes a band of warriors to win a battle. And when I say a band of warriors, I mean 2 teams of 4 warriors in a live multiplayer demonstration on console right now. All right, thank you very much. So, that was just a tease of our current build. It's a taste of what For Honor has in store for you. But I know what you're thinking. I mean, that looks pretty cool, Vandenberg. But when can we play it? How about noon tomorrow at the Ubisoft booth with a 100% hands-on 4v4 multiplayer demo on console. Thank you very much. And for those of you watching at home, go register at forhonorgame.com to get more info and get a chance to be among the very first to play the game. Thank you very much and have a great E3. Nice!
That was awesome. Guys, give it up for Jason Vandenberg. Let him hear it. For Honor Gaming Team. Oh, I'm walking to the gym. Now, I just want to say that was super juicy. I really love that last beheading. These next two games are already fan favorites. And in response to the feedback from Ubisoft's incredibly engaged communities, the teams have created some incredibly cool expansion packs. Since the Crew's release last year, millions of players have spent over 20 million hours free riding all across the United States. That's more than 3,000 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon, which, by the way, you cannot drive. The Crew Wild Run expansion pack introduces new larger-than-life vehicles and gives you the chance to compete in ongoing championships called summits all over the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.